Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, October 30th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol DJT. How could you not lead off with this one? Monster, crazy day today. There were halts. There was all sorts of volatility. At one point, the price was all the way down here before recovering all the way back up to highs. So yeah, it was a very, very eventful day, and a lot of eyeballs continue to watch it, rightfully so. So let's get some new levels here updated. And the area of resistance, very, very straightforward. So as I put this in play, please don't think that I'm trying to impress you and trying to apply this as some sort of special skill or anything like that. But 54.50, definitely going to be the main level. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same area and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movement. So while there are no guarantees, is it plausible? Is it valid to think that if the price comes up to that area and breaks up through it, that break right there in and of itself could create additional buying pressure and momentum? That is certainly a more than plausible conclusion. So if you like to play breakouts and if you like to play those situations where you have a very realistic chance at self-fulfilling prophecies, then keep an eye on right around 54.50. In terms of areas of support, a couple different levels. First area here at that support trend line right there. But even if the price were to come down there and break through it, I wouldn't say that the chart's really been damaged at all, because from the overarching standpoint, which has been the case and remains the case, just continue to watch that purple line there, 50 period moving average. Keyword there being moving, because I understand the price is way up here, that line's way down there. But as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. So from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price is above that purple line, the bulls 100% own the chart. But yeah, overall, very, very crazy day today. Well-defined breakout point. So we'll see what Wednesday has to offer. Next one, GLYC, an enormous amount of volume today on this one. And like DJT, very, very well-defined area of resistance right up here around the 62.5 cent mark. So keep an eye on that. And that's just an area, again, not a great discovery. So if you want to talk self-fulfilling prophecies at that area, in my opinion, at least that makes more than enough sense. In terms of areas of support, main level to watch, and this is what I would call the ideal level. I mean, hey, Clay, what makes this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price can stay up there above the 42-cent mark. With that being said, if their chart drops below there, not the end of the world, because as I just talked about with DJT, watch that purple line there, 50 period moving average. Again, I understand the price is way up here, that line's way down there. But as that line moves higher and higher, given it's a moving average, then if you envision that as just the overall trend line that's drawn itself for you, as long as the price stays above the quote-unquote trend line, then the overall trend still remains plenty in the bullish favor. But as right now, got a bit of kind of choppy consolidation action right here, but the key ingredients are there. You have good volatility, you have massive volume. So if you do like penny stocks, here you go. Next one, SOFI. Very, very wild day on this one. And now that the dust has settled, in my opinion, at least two very well-defined areas of resistance. First level right here, just the ties from that opening 30 minutes at $10.75. So you can see right there, 10.75 presented a problem. And then very nice bounce, and wasn't exact, but once more, right around the general vicinity of 10.75. The price once again got rejected back down. Now on the good news front, it's not like the price has to travel that far to do battle with it again. Much better than being down here and having to travel all the way up there. But that's going to be one level I think a lot of people are watching. So from a resistance standpoint, keep an eye on 10.75. And then from the support side of things, no need to overcomplicate this. You have the very well-known, the very famous pink line there, which on my chart is denoting that 200 period moving average. You can see it already behaved as support once. So if this move does come down, then the key area of support to watch, again, 200 period moving average right now valued slightly above $10. So always got to appreciate when levels have, or when stocks have well-defined levels, and we'll see if the price can get a push up through it, or if the price does need to come back down here and retest that support. Next one, BKYI, brutal one today as it started very strong on the day, got as high as there and then has pulled back. But within the pullback now, got an interesting, or I should say a couple different interesting levels here. First area is that top part right there at about $1.34. You can see that that's where the price tried to consolidate out and then attempted a couple times to get up through there. Couldn't quite do it before another leg to the downside. But as I speak right now, you can see the price is starting to recover back upwards. So yes, that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But also, I want to get too excited about it because looming not that far ahead is, again, that red line up there at $1.34. So just keep an eye on that. Again, it's good. It's something to get somewhat excited about, but there's still a lot more work that needs to be done from a resistance standpoint. And then in terms of areas of support, key level to watch, nothing fancy here, just a basic question. Where did the bleeding finally stop today? And the bleeding finally stopped right there on a couple different occasions, right at the $7 mark. So no fancy reasoning or logic behind that other than just asking that very simple question. So bleeding stopped at $7, therefore $7 will be that key area of support going into Wednesday. Next one, NVDA. Nice movement today. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the previous video, but if you did, hopefully remember me putting that resistance trend line in play there, and you can see the price got up here, broke through it, kind of got stuck around it, but late day today you can see now has gotten some separation to the upside. So good to see. So I will go ahead and just get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. And really now, as far as areas of resistance are concerned, next key level, not until up around the 144.15 mark. That doesn't mean that the price is going to for sure shoot straight up to there. I mean, you could find some problems maybe right there. But overall, like I said, in my mind, that key dynamic was that trend line. So with that cleared out of the way, you got essentially kind of a little miniature blue sky breakout here until up around the 144.15 mark. In terms of areas of resistance, preferably, the level that would make it look the strongest is if the price can stay above that purple line right there. But from the overarching standpoint, just continue to watch that pink line, which you now know is a 200 period moving average. So as that line moves itself higher and higher, as long as the price is above there, then big picture wise, everything is still perfectly fine. But no doubt about it, nice move today to put that trend line behind it. Now we'll see if the breakout can get some more momentum. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering in a couple of days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the page there that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Next one, MARA, and overall the chart's doing just fine. I'm going to get rid of those levels, and I make that distinction because I do realize that from one angle, meaning if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you're buying up around here and your plan was to buy and sell within 15 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, things are looking pretty rough as the price did have a relatively big pullback here. But again, that is just from the bigger picture standpoint, because even with the price, in fact, let me just get this into play here, because even with the pullback here, and then let me map out where the supports are at right here. Change that to green for support, and then just to map out the pattern, keep it one color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move right here. For you golfers out there, make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards, but I don't think anybody would be shocked or caught off guard if all of a sudden this thing, did some sort of move like that, even if you want to just call it the self-fulfilling prophecy. So at the end of the day, if you like bull pennants, keep an eye on it. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and this one's finally starting to mellow out here a little bit and just go sideways, but it's going sideways at a much higher level. Yes, the price did break down through that level right there at 260.65, but by no means did that destroy the chart or anything. In fact, I'm just going to adjust this area of support now down to that area right there at 255.20, which makes a whole lot of sense when you see where the price rejected from a couple days ago, and then you look where the price bounced from right there. A couple of good solid bounces. Does that mean that it's for sure guaranteed going to continue to bounce there? Of course not. But would you be a crazy person if you're thinking, if the price goes down there, I think I might buy because it's bounced twice before. I think it could bounce again. That's totally a plausible mindset. Now, that's why risk management matters, because maybe you're wrong. There are no guarantees, but nobody could accuse you of just behaving randomly if that was some sort of logic that you were using. In terms of areas of resistance, yes, you still have the overarching area up here at 273.90, but in the near term now, keep an eye on that purple line there, 50 period moving average right now valued at, we'll just call it 263. But all in all, big picture wise, everything's still perfectly fine. Next one, SHPH, and very interesting situation here. I like these when you can get a little bit better risk reward scenarios because there's nothing kind of worse than buying up here, because when you're buying there and thinking, am I going to be the sucker that bought the top? And yeah, there are some people there that ultimately bought the top. Big pullback. But the nice thing here is that this pullback has happened and now it's started to level off. Now, let me be very clear. Just because the price has come down and just because it started to go sideways does not mean that for sure guaranteed that means this is the bottom and it's going to head back up. it's just a way more plausible. And if the price was just still dropping, I'm saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom, you'd be totally justified to say, what are you talking about? The price is literally still going straight down. But that's not the case here. So it has started to go sideways, does not guarantee anything, but makes it a whole lot more reasonable. So if this is going to be some sort of bottom and potential turnaround, right there at $1.80, you can see it's become a very annoying level. Rejected, 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 rejected. So keep a close eye on that. And then in terms of areas of support, again, no need to overcomplicate it. Just ask the question, where did the bleeding finally stop on the day? And that was right down there at the $1.55 mark. So if you like this price range, if you like these scenarios where you get the surge, then you get a bit of a pullback and some sideways movement, keep an eye on it. Next one here, PLTR, and I'll make this one very simple because this one does not need to be overcomplicated at all. Everybody and their brother's uncle, you probably already caught it like, oh, that looks kind of unique how the price has literally just been going sideways, basically right there at the $45.10 mark, give or take a few cents in either direction, but pretty crazy. I mean, how the price has just essentially been trapped right below that level. So going back to the whole idea of self-fulfilling prophecies, when you got to think that a bunch of people are watching that same exact level, if the price comes up here and pushes through it, then you could very well have people saying, hey, I'm a breakout trader. Oh, look, that's breaking out. Because I'm a breakout trader and because that's breaking out, I'm supposed to buy the breakout. Therefore, I'm just going to buy. And that's how those self-fulfilling prophecies can play out. So in my mind, that's what PLTR is all about right now. Right around that 45.10-ish mark. Can it break? And if it does that lead to more momentum? We'll see what happens. Next one, TQQQ. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the past couple of videos, but if you have been watching them, then you know that I've been talking about that resistance trend line right there. And right here, we have the power of charts. So I'll turn that into a quick plug. Go get signed up for that free webinar. But you can see earlier on in the day, price came up here, broke through that level, and then never really turned its back. Just a slow, beautiful breakout the entire day long. So I'll get rid of those levels as they serve their purpose for now. In terms of levels of support, all sorts of them. You have the 50 period below you, you have the 200 period below you. You can see both those kind of provided a double whammy of support this morning. So even if there's a pullback, as long as the price stays above those moving averages, then really nothing to worry about because remember, nothing can go straight up. So keep an eye on those. And then in terms of areas of resistance, let's see. Let's just actually go to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so now each one of these represents 4 hours, and this is a good problem to have because I'm having to go back way into the charts history. So right there at 79.50, which is coming from back here several weeks ago, will be the next key battleground. But all in all, I'll go back to the 30-minute time frame here. All in all, any way you look at it, very, very impressive day today on the breakout. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free class. It'll be Thursday, October 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a truly live event, and I say that because there is a question and answer session. So if you have questions, please bring them. I'd be happy to answer them live for you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick disclosure here, I am now on the 4-hour time frame, so no longer on the 30-minute time frame. Each one of these represents 4 hours, and that is because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and now I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible. So by using the longer time frame and then by going through some broad questions, that'll keep this analysis relevant as long as possible. But yes, since the last update I did, which was right around that breakout point, Bitcoin has been doing very, very, very well. So much so, I'm just going to get rid of these lines down here and throw in the new level. So question number one, and let's just say you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. Question number one is this: where's the price at relative to 71,500? If you are saying that the price is above that level, then everything is still perfectly fine. Because even if the price does come down there, all you would have is a nice little miniature bull flag pattern, which you can see right there. So like I said, in any way, shape, or form, if the price is still above 71,500, that's totally fine. And then common sense goes a long way. If you're saying, well, actually, Clay, not only is the price above 71,500, it's actually way up here at 75,000. Well, all that's telling you is that this current breakout right now has continued to break out and has gotten that much stronger. Now, if you are saying, well, Clay, actually, the price is down below 71,500, next immediate question is, okay, well, where's the price at relative to the 50-period moving average? Now, by the time you watch this, and depending on when you do, this line may be up here a little bit higher. But as long as the price is still above there, then as far as I'm concerned, yeah, it would be much better if the price could stay above there. But if the price is above that purple line, then everything is still perfectly fine. And if somehow you're saying the price is down below there, well, even at that point, which really illustrates how strong Bitcoin is, I'm not saying that's a huge weakness, but that would at least start to bring about some need to talk about, all right, maybe the bulls are starting to lose some strength, but I'd be shocked if you're answering the question is price down below that purple line. So all in all, very, very impressive move here for Bitcoin. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to get signed up for this free live class, because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used within the world of crypto and Bitcoin. So get signed up for it. It'll be a couple days, Thursday, October 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as the top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, as always, please do a couple things for me. Just a very basic way to support the channel in a very free way. Just hit the subscribe button. Little things like that can help out quite a bit. And also hit that like button. If you have a request, leave it down in the comment section. So thanks for watching. Go get signed up for that free class and make sure to hit that subscribe button.